Alright, he's been here and I finally got my wiring so we can continue with this project. Alright guys, so here's the stock harness. Alright guys, I sent back the 2-gauge stuff. Alright, and I actually have 2-gauge wire already, so that's another reason I didn't really want that, because I already have a good 2-gauge wire. So I got wire from Windy Nation. Alright, they're a brand and company I can trust. I've made battery cables from them before. All right. Okay. So yeah. So pretty much all the wiring for my solar panel system in my garage is from Windy Nation. Okay, guys. So this is a Windy Nation battery and welding wire. All right, belt cable stuff. Okay. So this is the stock wire here, guys. All right. It's a 8-gauge. That's what it says right here. 8-gauge. Okay. And then what we're going to be using is 4-gauge, all right? So this is 8 and this is 4. This is probably twice as thick, right? Yeah, there you go. So, okay, that's 8, that's 4, all right? And here's 2, just for fun. All right, I've decided not to use 2. I don't want too big a wire, so because I want to be able to bend the wire and stuff, okay? And 2, you can see, is not super bendy, okay? 4 is a little more bendy. Oh, man, it's still hard to bend. And 8's a lot more bendy. Okay, so yeah, man. All right, so yeah, there you go. So that's all of them right there. All right, this is the 8, this is the 4, and this is the 2. And just for fun, I've got some super thick. This is a 1/0. This is one. I think it's 1/0. Yeah, it's 1/0. This is 1/0 right here, all right? This is when you get past the gauges, all right, guys? Super thick. This is the wiring that I use for my solar panel thing, all right? Because we're running like 250 amps or something, right? So I need a really thick cable. Well, we're running more than 200 amps, so I don't know. That's a good question. You know, for the wiring, I feel that like 8 gauge is not big enough, man. That's no wonder we can't move that much power, right? So I'm thinking like 2-gauge will be fine. It would be great, you know. But the thing is, so I was looking at all the other aftermarket harnesses, like the Qi one. All right, the Qi one is 6 and 7. All right, 7-gauge for the QS8 and 6 for the QS10. All right, and we're running QS10, and we're going to use 4. All right, so this is already bigger than what the Qi battery one uses. Okay, so I think it would be okay. That's my guess. Okay, so also the KO Moto harness with the KO connector, it uses 4-gauge. Okay, so that's why we're going to use 4-gauge. The maximum recommended size for the QS8 connector. Okay, the maximum recommended size for this QS10P connector is 4-gauge. Okay, so that's what we're going to go with, 4. All right. However, the 2-gauge fits in there perfectly, guys. If we were to strip just the jacket, the conductor would go in there nicely. Okay, and look at this. Even the backing for it, the 2-gauge will go through it just fine. See, not a lot of room for error is what I want to say, right? So maybe you do want a little bit thinner, so like, you know, you get a little wiggle room in there. This is the 4-gauge, all right. Still a lot of room, all right, and that's it. You still get a lot of so this fits in there with the jacket. Okay, so that leads me to believe a 2-gauge is perfectly fine for this connector, guys. It would be great. That's what I want to say. So anyway, so that's a scoop. We're going to be using the 4-gauge, all right. If I wanted to build a harness later, I have all the components to make a freaking 2-gauge wire. Okay, but we'll try the 4-gauge, and hopefully it'll work out. All right. If I think we can try a 2-gauge, maybe I'll build a 2-gauge harness later. It's only like 2 feet of wire, guys, so it's not that hard to make. Just want to say, okay. Okay, so from a previous video, we measured this, all right, and it's about 2 feet, guys. All right, the wiring is about 2 feet. So I want to make it a little bit longer. We're gonna go with 26 inches, okay, guys? So that's like 2 feet and 2 inches, okay? So we'll give it a little bit more, so you know we have a little more flexibility. And if we have extra wire, all we got to do is just tuck it in there, you know, and then zip tie it somewhere. Okay, so that's the scoop. All right, so let's go make this. Oh yeah, so another thing I found out, the whatchamacallit, the bolt for this. All right, it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit the terminal I bought. Right, the ring terminal. Check it out. So these are those 4-gauge ring terminals that I bought. All right, guys, and it's a number 10 ring. Okay, and I bought the smallest one, thinking that yeah we need a small one, and apparently it doesn't fit. All right, it just barely doesn't fit. So what we're just gonna do is we're just gonna make the hole a little bit bigger, and I think we'll be fine. Okay. The only thing is like so this is tin copper, guys. Right? Yeah, I think this is tin copper. So there's copper inside here, but there's a layer of tin on the outside. All right, it's so it doesn't rust. Okay, so this inside part will rust, but it doesn't matter because this is going to be covering it, you know. So I don't think it'll rust. It'll be fine. Okay, so that's the scoop, guys. So we'll be using these. These are 4-gauge wires. Okay, so that's the first step, guys. Or before we do the connector. All right, yeah. So we're gonna install this first. Okay, we're gonna do this first. Or okay, first thing we gotta do, cut the wire. All right. Second thing we gotta do, crimp these on. All right, with the hammer lug crimper, dealy, and then install the connector. All right, and then install it on the bike, and then we're done. All right. So pretty simple. Sounds simple, right? But it's a little more complicated than that. So let's say, okay. Okay, and so all the tools and stuff and the ingredients I'm using for this, I will put a link in the description if you guys are interested in purchasing it and making your own wires, okay? Hey, like I said, Haynes Makes is a DIY type of person, and I, you know, I like doing things on my own, right? And this is going to be better than anything that everybody makes, okay, besides the KO one, all right? If you'd ask me, though, the KO one is on sale, the KO harness. So I don't know. That's fine. I don't care. I at least I'll know, you know, that my components are the best I can find. Okay. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our 4-gauge wire. I ordered this is Windy Nation 4-gauge battery cable. It says here. I'll read it for you. It says welding and battery cable. All right. It's good for 600 volts, minus 50C. To plus 105C, all right, a lot. It can handle a lot, okay. It's 4-gauge, yeah, Windy Nation. It's called PowerFlex, okay. I think it's like silicone. Very good jacket, okay. And then, so yeah, we needed 26 inches of this, all right. I actually ordered this from Windy Nation. I paid about 20 bucks for 2.5 feet. So we needed a little more than 2, so that's why I ordered that. Okay, that's the cheapest way I could do it. They do sell a kit also that comes with the lug terminals. All right, so if you wanted to buy that, it also comes with the shrink tubing. I have their kits right here, so I have a lot of them. See how this is the 1/0 terminals. Look at how thick it is compared to the 4-gauge. Right, that's right. Okay, so anyway, so yeah, let's go do this again. We'll measure it again. All right, guys. So here I got my measuring tape here. Alright, and we're going to just measure it like from one end to the other where I cut it. Alright, and I got 20, actually got 20, what the heck. So maybe 2 feet would be perfect then. This is already, oh yeah, we already cut some of it though. I already cut like a couple inches off. So let's just do 26. I think 26 will be fine. If I have to cut it down and make it smaller later, then that's fine, alright. So we're gonna go with 26. When I measured this, it was 24, guys. But I cut the what ended up happening is I cut the end to make the adapter. Okay, guys. So that's the scoop. I cut the end to make the adapter for this. So that's why it's shorter. All right. I've got these Harbor Freight cable cutters. All right. Some heavy duty cable cutters, and we're gonna use this to cut this because cutting thick wire like this is very difficult if you don't have one of these guys. Alright, I learned that out the hard way. Okay, I'm just gonna measure each one and snip them. Okay. So 26. oof, well, it's pretty much the whole cable. All right, so right here is where I'm going to cut. Okay, remember, it takes some wire is going to be inside the connector too. Okay, there's one. That's our leftover right there. Okay, I got it all stretched out here. 26 is right here. I'll stick my fingernail where it's at. All right, right there is where we want to cut. Okay, there we go. Cut the length. All right, and so that's going to be our wire harness right there. Guys, okay. So now we're going to go crimp these guys on. So there's the power wire for the ignition. We will solder that last. All right, that's the last thing we're going to do. We're going to solder it to the terminal, okay, guys, and then we'll put a shrink root tubing around it, just like the stock wiring. Okay, all right, let's go do it. Okay, next step. We gotta strip the wire. We're gonna use this Jokari wire stripper for, you know, big cables and stuff. It's the same one we used at when we made the solar power cables. Okay, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna take one of these guys, all right, and figure out how much we need to cut. All right, so does that just fit in there? Oh no, it doesn't. It fits perfectly, as expected. Okay, so we want it to be somewhere around there. A little bit more, like a millimeter more. Okay, so I mark it with my fingernail. Okay, and we're gonna go run the wire stripper on it. So just make sure the blade is where my fingernail was, right around there-ish. Okay, and all we got to do is spin this around. Should pretty easily the cable, and then we pull this way, and bam, there it goes. Perfect cut. Okay, let's see if that did the trick. And let's twist it also. Okay, so yeah, also goes, if you guys don't know, we could solder this. I've soldered these before, and the best way to do it is to crimp it. All right, when you crimp it, it cold welds it together, guys. So what you want to do is you want to crimp it. It's a little, probably cut it a little more. Let's go like right here. Oops, some of the wires get on. Okay, that'll fit better. Okay, well that's good. All right, I guess that'll work. Let me get this one. Let's make this one a little longer. All right there. Okay. I'll use the other one as a template. I'm going to mark it with my fingernail. Okay. The cutter right there. Okay. Spin it a bunch of times. Okay, pull it this way. Boom, there it goes. Oh, I cut this one a lot more. Hopefully that'll do the trick. Okay, and then we'll get our, twist the wires together. Okay, you can see that's pure copper wire there. Just slip right on there. Okay, this one's a little bit too long, the other one's a little too short. I can't win. That's okay. If I really scrunch it in there, it's perfect. Okay, guys? All right, now we're going to go ahead and crimp it. Hey guys, welcome to my crimping apparatus here. Okay, I use a 20-ton press for the hammer lug crimper, okay? Now, you could just use a hammer, okay, guys? Like a sledgehammer or something, or you could use a vise, all right? If you have a big enough vise, you can do that. But I have a press, so I want to use it. Okay, I got to get my money's worth out of it. I'm pretty sure I have. All right. Okay, so that's the jack right there, and then there's the anvil with the hammer lug crimper. All right. This is what we're going to be using to crimp the ring terminal on. Okay, so it just kind of just goes in there. So let me put this down here. I'm going to do the red wire first. Okay, so there's the red wire. I've already got the thingy on there perfectly. All right, and then so this is just going to go open like this. All right, and then we're going to punch it like that. Okay, we're gonna crimp it like that. Okay, guys. So all we got to do is put it down there, and then hit it, or press this with the press. Okay, guys, and then that will fuse the wire and the terminal together. Okay. I still think that's not enough wire. It's okay, don't worry about it, Hayes Mega. Okay, here it goes. I've already kind of lowered the thing, so it's perfect. Okay, stick it in there. I'm gonna go crimp it twice, I think. Or, that's fine, we'll just crimp it. If I can crimp it one more time, I'll crimp it. Okay, somewhere around there, I want to make sure the wire's in all the way. Okay, center it on the ram, and do the thing. I'm going to hold it down until it starts crushing it. Make sure my finger doesn't get crushed too. Okay, there we go, it's in there. I don't think it's going anywhere. I'm going to hold the wire though. Okay, and I pretty much just want to keep on going until it gets very difficult. Okay, I think that's pretty good. I'm going to go release the pressure on the jack. Okay, I'm going to take it out and take a look at it real quick, but well, I'm going to try to knock it out. Oh, wow, it's good already. Dude, the thing is hella flat. It's kind of stuck in there. There we go. Yeah, dude. I hella flattened that sucker, dude. Just make sure it doesn't come out. I think that's good. I mean, I can try to push this lip part down a little more. I think it's pretty good already. I'm gonna try to crush this part right here. Okay, but yeah, see how flat that is? That's not going anywhere. Press it one more time. And just really gently. Okay. Nothing as crazy as like the last one, right? And oh no, not all the way. Okay. All right, there you go. Okay, and then all we got to do is we're gonna leave this exposed, and we're gonna solder the the ignition power wire to this. Okay, and then that's it. And then we'll put a shrink tube over it after that. Okay. Okay, round two. Sure that's nice and tight. Shove that up in there. I don't think I did it enough. I'm gonna cut it a little more, man. Okay, I stripped it a little more. Okay, guys. I used a knife. Okay, you can't use regular wire strippers, guys, because these are so thick. Okay, looks good. I'm gonna try to push it in as far as I can. Okay, I'm gonna put this bad boy in here. Okay, I'm gonna make sure it's centered. So you got to make sure that the this thing is flat. Okay. And I'm going to do it a little closer to the tip. Okay, right there. Okay. Go ahead and crimp it. That's why I said don't let it go up all the way, because it takes forever to do this, guys. Okay, so there's a spring in here that keeps that from moving, so. Okay, start crimping. Okay, it's crushing it. I just want to do it until I kind of can't move the thing anymore. I think that's good. Alright, I'm going to loosen the pressure. Not too much. Get out. Okay, There's the terminated wire. I'm gonna tug on it, make sure it don't come out. Okay, looks good. Okay, I'm gonna try to just squeeze that little part that's sticking out, like the other one. Okay, that's it. Okay, there's the wire. It's all crimped up. Okay, so we're done crimping. Now I gotta put all this stuff back. All right. My press is, I use it for like a kind of rack, a storage rack too. When I'm not using it, it's just literally it sits in my garage the rest of the time, guys. Okay, we're gonna go solder this connector on. All right, guys. So we want to find out how long it is. All right. So we're so yeah, we make sure we have the right connector. It's the male one. Okay. Because the other one is a female. Make sure you get the right connector first. All right, and it tells you which one is the positive and which one's the negative. All right, so this is obviously the black one, right? So it's negative. So we're going to go figure out how much we need to strip. So I'm going to shove this wire in there all the way, and I'm going to mark it with my fingernail again. And we're going to go use the wire stripper and strip what we need. All right, so the mark is right there. Doesn't have to be perfect, but okay. Oh, you can do it. There you go. I wasn't in there all the way. Oh, it's not cutting it. That's weird. It cut the other ones just fine. Go other direction. There we go. Took a while. Okay, take this little cardboard thingy out. Twist the wire. And then see if it fits. Okay, I think that's fine. Perfect. All right, now's the fun part, guys. The soldering. All right, here's the fun part, guys. Soldering. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna tin each side. All right, with solder. This one I'll probably tilt it up a little bit first and then tin it. Oh yeah. Here's my little trick, guys. Okay. So, take a good amount of the solder, all right, ball it up. All right, I think, you know what, you don't even have to worry about burning this connector, dude. The plastic is so strong on this. It's some kind of like heat resistant plastic or some shit. It doesn't burn very easily. Okay, I'm gonna stick it in there. Can't really jam that sucker in there. Okay. Oh shit, I dripped another one. And tilt it up. It's like oozing down this thing, man. There we go. Okay. I want to make a little puddle of solder in there. Okay. I think that's good for now. Okay, now we're going to go tin our wire. This wire is really hard to solder, guys. Dude, it just absorbed all of that solder, dude. Oh my god. That is crazy. Oh, oh. Okay, I think there's too much. Okay. Okay, now we're ready to go solder it on there. All right, make sure. Okay, let me go set this up. Okay, I want to position this in a way where we can, where it'll come out straight, guys. Ah, man, this wire is super hot already. All right, well, that seems okay, I think. Okay, so I think all we really need to do is just heat it up, man. Hopefully we can do that. If not, we might have to use the flux to do it. All right, so I'm gonna hold this and press it against the thing. Hopefully it'll melt. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, baby. Melting the plastic a little bit. Okay, make sure it gets good and hot. Okay. Looks like there's not enough solder. Alright, I'm going to try to fill in that area. I'm going to add some solder to the top until it pools up. I need more support. I need a second helping hand here. Make sure this wire is straight. It's going downward. This is such a pain in the butt. Okay, I just want to keep on filling it up. Okay, yeah, that's good. That looks good right there. What I might want to do is adjust this so it goes out straight. Alright, that's good. Kind of sloppy, but not gonna lie. Phew, it took a long time. Oh, we also want to put some shrink tubing on there, so we can do that because the other end, we could do that after. Okay, so we'll let this cool down. Hopefully we didn't mess the connector up from heating it up so much, but man, this thing can take a lot of heat, dude. Okay, so we want to give it a good tug. Okay, no, that ain't coming out. That's good. Alright, and then we'll just let it sit, let it cool down, and we'll do the next one. Or actually, let's, I know it's hard now that the wire's connected to it. This here, so that stays still. Alright, I want to angle it upward, and then we're going to fill that connector with solder. Okay. Alright, so same story as the other one. We're going to go take a bunch of this solder. I'm going to ball it up. Oh, yeah, let's cut the wire first before we do that. I almost made a mistake. I didn't put this on, but the good thing is we were able to slip it over the ring terminal, so that's good. Cool. Got that. Just make sure that's in there. So yeah, it fits. It's a good thing we didn't use a thicker thing, or else we would have to make the hole bigger. Oh yeah, we got to put the shrink tubing in first. Yeah, alright, anyway, so let's fill this guy up. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, so before the festivities begin, we'll see how much wire we need to stick in there. Okay, gonna mark it off right there with my fingernail. Somewhere in that area right there. Okay, pull it out. I'm gonna go ahead and strip it. Somewhere around there. I'm gonna go the other direction. Okay. Okay, there we go. Good. That's a nice clean one right there. Okay, make sure it fits in there nicely. That might be too much. No, perfect. Let's really twist it up. Okay. Alright. That's ready to go. Let's go fill this guy up with solder. Okay guys, I kind of made a little boo-boo. Alright, so this is the negative side, right? Yeah, this is negative and that's positive, right? So we want this so it'll be flat, right? I guess we don't have to have it flat. It could be the other way too. Could go this way too. Maybe. Yeah, it does. That's interesting. Yeah, you can install either way. I just realized that. So maybe, yeah, that's good. I guess we did good then. We'll install that one backwards, okay? Like that. Because it's okay, it fits. Alright, the other one we'll try to install the right way. So we want it to go up like this, okay? Like straight up. And the negative's going to be on the left and the positive's going to be on the right. That way the wires go up straight, you know, they don't crisscross or anything, you know. Now this, you can twist this quite a bit still. You see, you can still twist it a lot, but just so there's no strain on the So what we're going to do is, so since I already kind of messed this one up, but we're going to install it backwards. Alright guys, upside down like that. It doesn't matter which way you do it, just as long as it's touching. Okay. Okay, we're going to install it like that. And then, so this way, so we want the connector to go up like that, right? So I want this to be flat, like this. Okay, so we want to install it like that. Okay, guys? So I want to keep it like that and put it on the vise like that, okay, guys? Well, hopefully that'll work. Okay, that's what it looks like. Yeah, it's not very pretty, guys, but I know that it's bonded really good at the bottom. Okay, so let's give it a tug. Oh, dude, that shit's hot. Okay, it's not going anywhere. Alright, we're done. Okay, now we gotta go put the shrink tubing on there. It looks relatively straight, so that's good. But we'll add a shrink tubing to it. Okay, and then okay, I got this shrink tubing. Alright, with one of the other kits. And we're gonna put the black here and then the red here. This is a nice one. It has like a sealing kind of glue to it, so it keeps water out and stuff. It'll create a nice seal. Because this one's the one that's probably going to be exposed the most. I melted this thing pretty good, man. Yeah. Let me see if I can clean that up a bit. But well, the negative one. Let's do the negative one first. Let's see if I can slip this in there and that pin. Nope. I'll keep on trying. Okay, I'm just gonna push up on it really hard and then just let that the heat gun rip. Okay. Put the rest of it up. Okay. And we're going to put the positive one in. Okay, it'll hide the ugliness. I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna hide that ugly soldering job there, guys. Okay. We're all done with that. Now the last thing to do is put this plastic dealie back on. Alright. So push this through here. It's barely big enough to go through that hole. I have to really press it through. There we go. Okay, same with this one. There you go. Okay, that one's through. Other one's through. Alright, pull this guy down here. You got some massive connectors, man. I hope it still snaps into place. Let's see, I burnt it pretty good right here, man. Let's see if it still snaps into place. Oh yeah, it does. Yep. Cool deal. Alright, there you go. It's done. It looks professional. Because you can't see how bad the soldering job is. Alright, well. Alright, there it is. That's the whole dealie. Alright, they're pretty much the same length and everything. That's the connector. It looks good. Alright, let's see if it connects to the battery thing. Let's try. Okay, we're going to connect it to one of the connectors. Okay, pretty good. Good. Cool deal. Alright, let's go install on the bike. And then the last thing we got to do is install the solder. We got to solder the ignition wires on, and then we'll put the final shrink wrap on there. Okay, I'm going to add a piece of shrink tubing in the center, like around here-ish. Just so like it stays together and stuff nicely. I got a really big one here. You can always kick it off. Okay, right around there-ish. I'm gonna go hit it with the gun. Probably don't make it super shrink it. I've got all this freaking shrink tubing around, so I should use it. Okay, that'll help keep the wiring together. And it's kind of loose, so we can still kind of, you can still kind of move the wire around if you wanted to. Sweet. All right, there it is. Finished product. All right.